I don't think there's any other songwriter that's been up at Strawberry that means so much to so many people out there, each and every one of you. Put your hands together and welcome John Prine.
How you doing? Now don't run off and get all dressed up just because we are. She was a level-headed dancer on the road to alcohol, and I was just a soldier on my way to Montreal, where she pressed her chest against me about the time the jukebox broke. Yeah, she gave me a peck on the back of the neck. These are the words she spoke. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build you a home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, try to find Jesus on your own. Sat there at the table and I acted real naive, for I knew that topless lady had something up her sleeve. Well, she danced around the barroom and she did the hoochie coo. Yeah, she sang her song all night long, telling me what to do. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build you a home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of pizza, try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I was young and hungry and about to leave that place, when just as I was leaving, well, she looked me in the face. I said, you must know the answer. She said, no, but we'll give it a try. And this very day we've been living our way. Here's the reason why. We blew up a TV, threw away our paper, went to the country, built us a home. We had a lot of children, fed them on peaches. They all found Jesus on their own. Everyone else. Thank you. Wanda had a baby in 1951. The father was a stranger was the son. Call that child James Lewis. All these rooms are home, changing all them diapers, polish all that chrome. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. All around the schoolyard, playing all the games, running, laughing, back and forth, the kid with two first names. A stranger in the closet, like the diary. The past is running faster, singing harmony. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. God bless this kitchen, said the knick-knack shelf. Well, dinner's almost ready, go and wash yourself. Jim is growing up now, and Wanda's growing old. The days are growing shorter, the nights are long and cold. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Sneaking in the closet and through the diary. And don't you know, all he saw was all there was to say. The whole town saw Jimmy on the 6 o'clock news. His brains were on the sidewalk and blood was on his shoes. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Thank you. Thank you. We've been off the road for a while, about a year and a half. I had a bout with cancer, but I got to the doctors in time, and they took care of it. Looks like everything's going to be all right. So I'm doubly glad to be here. Thank you. Matter of fact, we just thawed out from the last time we were here. All the snow is turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. broken toys and faded colors are all that's left to linger on. I hate graveyards and old pawn shops. Boy, they always bring me tears. I can't forgive the way they robbed me of my childhood souvenirs. Memories, they can't be bought, they can't be won at carnivals for free. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Broken hearts and dirty windows make life difficult to say. That's why last night and this morning always look the same to me. And I hate reading old love letters, for they always bring me tears. I can't forgive the way they robbed me of my sweetheart's souvenirs. Memories, they can't be bought, they can't be won at carnivals for free. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Steve Goodman. I always thought I was a lazy guy, but after staying home for about 6 months, I didn't know what to do with myself, you know. There was a while there when I couldn't sing at all. Not that I ever could. But I actually couldn't even make a squeak, you know. And I got a phone call from Billy Bob Thornton, and he asked me to do a movie with him. It hadn't come out yet. So I guess sometime this year. But me and Billy Bob play brothers in the movie, and Andy Griffith is our dad. It's called Daddy and Them. And I finally got Andy Griffith cornered one day with my guitar, and I said, you know, I wrote this song, and I said it's kind of got a whole lot to do with Mayberry, you know. So I played this for him, and I'm still waiting for him to say something. I've been thinking lately about the people I meet, the car wash on the corner and the hole in the street, the way my ankles hurt with shoes on my feet. I'm wondering if I'm gonna see tomorrow. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. I was in the army army, but I never dug a trench. Used to bust my knuckles on a monkey wrench. I go to town and drink, give the girls a pinch. I don't think they ever even notice me. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. A fish and a whistle and fish. Eat everything that they put on your dish. When we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again, again. On my very first job I said thank you and please. They made me scrub a parking lot down on my knees. Then I got fired for being scared of bees. They only give me 50 cents an hour. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Let's go fishing, okay? And a whistle and fish. Eat everything that they put on your dish. When we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again, again. Oh, Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. I wrote this song a long time ago. It's a song about my father's father. He was a carpenter. And he died when I wasn't very old. I was 7 or 8 years old, but we hung out a lot together. And I started thinking about him one day, and I remembered a couple of things that pretty vivid about him. And so I took out a piece of paper, and I just wrote down a bunch of things that I remembered about him. And then I noticed that the third line and the 17th line started rhyming, the 21st line and the second one. So I just rearranged them like a puzzle, and it became a song. You know? I debuted it at my family reunion. I said, hey, everybody, I got a song here about Granddad Prine. I want you to hear it. So I sang it, and a couple of minutes after I got done singing, a couple of my aunts got me over in the corner and said, you smoke cools, not Camels. They don't have to rhyme, you know. Grandpa wore his suit to dinner nearly every day. No particular reason, he just dressed that way. Brown necktie and a matching vest, both his wingtip shoes. He built a closet on our back porch and put a penny in a burned out fuse. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores and banks. Chain smoked Camels, cigarettes, and hammered nails and planks. He was a level on the level, shades even every door. Voted Verizon hour, cause Lincoln won the war. Well, he used to sing me Blood on the Saddle and rock me on his knee and let me listen to the radio before we got TV. Well, he'd drive to church on Sunday and he'd take me with him too. Stained glass in every window, hearing aids in every pew. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores and banks. Chain smoked Camels, cigarettes, and hammered nails and planks. He was a level on the level, shaved even every door. Put it for Eisenhower, cause Lincoln won the war. Grandma was a teacher. She went to school in Bowling Green. Traded in a milking cow for a singer sewing machine. Where she called her husband Mister, and she walked real tall and cried. She used to buy me comic books after Grandpa died. Grandpa was a carpenter, built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. He was a level on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, cause Lincoln won the war. Is there ever enough space between us to keep us both honest and true? Why is it so hard just to sit in the yard and stare at the sky so blue? I got a new way of walking and a new way of talking, honey, when I'm around you. But it gives me the blues when I got some good news and you're not there to bring it to. Life is a blessing, it's a delicatessen of all the little favors you do. All wrapped up together, no matter the weather, baby, I always come through. Well, it's a measure of treasure that gives me the pleasure of loving you the way I do. And you know I would gladly say I need you so badly and bring these little things to you. 'Cause you got gold, gold inside of you. You got gold, gold inside of you. Well, I got some gold inside me too. Well, I'm thinking I'm knowing that I gotta be going. You know I hate to say so long. It gives me an ocean of mixed up emotion. I have to work it out in a song. Well, I'm leaving a lot for the little I got, but you know a lot of little will do. And if you give me a love, I'll let it shine up above, light my way back home to you. 'Cause you got gold, gold inside of you. You got gold, gold inside of you. Well, I got some gold inside me too. You got wheels got wheels turning inside of you. Well, I got wheels turning inside me too. Thank you. This is my UFO song. It's about a guy whose wife's been, she's been running around on him without ever leaving the room. I just found out yesterday that Linda goes to Mars. Every time I sit and look at pictures of used cars, she'll turn on her radio and sit down in her chair and look at me across the room as if I wasn't there. And oh, my stars, my Linda's gone to Mars. Well, I wish she wouldn't leave me here alone. And oh, my stars, my Linda's gone to Mars. Oh, well, I wonder where she'll bring me something home. Something somewhere somehow took my Linda by the hand and secretly decoded our sacred wedding band. For when the moon shines down upon our happy humble home, her inner space gets tortured by some outer space unknown. And oh, my stars, my Linda's gone to Mars. Oh, well, I wish she wouldn't leave me here alone. And oh, my stars, my Linda's gone to Mars. Well, I wonder where she'll bring me something home. Maybe some walnuts. Seen no saucers except the ones up on the shelf. And if I ever seen one, I'd keep it to myself. For if there's life out there somewhere beyond this life on earth, then Linda must have gone out there and got her money's worth. And oh, my stars, my Linda's gone to Mars. Oh, well, I wish she wouldn't leave us here alone. And oh, my stars, my Linda's gone to Mars. Oh, well, I wonder where she'll bring me some something home. Yeah, I wonder where she'll bring me something home. Maybe a fly swatter. Well, that's my UFO song, and I'm glad I did it. This is a song about the same fella. This is after he finds a Martian footprints all over his wife. And I hear they got some pretty big feet. I wish you love and happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. I wish you don't do like I do and ever fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you felt just like I did, you probably walk around the block like a little kid. But kids don't know. They can only guess how hard it is to wish you happiness. Guess that love is like a Christmas card. You decorate a tree, you throw it in the yard. It decays and dies, and the snowmen melt. Well, I once knew love, I knew how love felt. Yeah, I knew love, love knew me. When I walked, love walked with me. And I got no hate, and I got no pride. Well, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Yeah, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Drive a Chevy, say you drive a Ford. You say you drive around the town till you just get bored, and then you change your mind for something else to do, and your heart gets bored with your mind and it changes you. Well, it's a doggone shame, and it's an awful mess. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. Good luck. Thank you. An old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning and thunder were desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I could hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free-rammed man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Flies in the kitchen, I can hear them, they're buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. Well, how the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Believe in this living is just a hard way to go. It's for Bonnie Raitt. dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out and my rights are all wrong. My friends, they all tell me that I've no friends at all. Oh, won't you write me a letter? Won't you give me a call? Sign, bewildered. Bewildered, bewildered, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop a wishing for bad luck and a knocking on wood. Dear Abby, my fountain pen leaks. My wife hollers at me and my kids are all freaks. Every side I get up on is the wrong side of bed. If it weren't so expensive, I'd wish I were dead. Sign, unhappy. Unhappy, unhappy, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop a wishing for bad luck and a knocking on wood. Dear Abby, you won't believe this, but my stomach makes noises whenever I kiss. My girlfriend tells me it's all in my head, but my stomach tells me to write you instead. Sign, noisemaker. Noisemaker, noisemaker, you have no complaints. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop a wishing for bad luck and a knocking on wood. Dear Abby, well, I never thought that me and my girlfriend would ever get caught. We were sitting in the back seat just shooting the breeze, with her hair up in curlers and her pants to her knees. Sign, recently married. Just married, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop a wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Sign, dear Abby. My wife calls those kind of songs high school humor. Here's some more high school humor. Took me a long time to get through high school, so I might as well take advantage of it. Well, I packed my bag and bought myself a ticket for the land of the tall palm tree. Aloha, old Milwaukee. Hello, Waikiki. I just stepped down from the airplane when I heard her say, wacka wacka nooka licka, wacka wacka nooka licka, would you like a lay? Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Whisper in my ear. Kikapuka maka wawahini are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki. What the heck a mooka mooka dear? Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear. not easy singing in two languages at once, especially when you made up one of them. It's a ukulele Honolulu sunset. Listen to the grass skirts sway. A drinking rum from the pineapple out in Honolulu Bay. The steel guitars are playing while she's talking with her hands. Gimme, gimme, okadoka, make a wish, I wanna poke a words I understand. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, a whisper in my ear. A kikapuka, makawa, wahine are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki. What the heck a mooka mooka, dear? Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear. I was a sophomore for 3 years. Well, I bought a lot of junket with my moolah, and I sent it to the folks back home. I never had a chance to dance a hula. Well, I guess I should have known. But when you start talking to the sweet wahine, walking in the pale moonlight, Okanoka, what I said, Nakaraka, Sispumbaka's hope I said it right. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, a whisper in my ear. A kikapuka, makawa, wahine are the words I long to hear. Lay your coconut on my tiki. What the heck a mooka mooka, dear? Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Say the words I long to hear. Aloha. Don't try that in your tent. You might hurt yourself. Yeah, I heard the lawn squeaking last night, didn't you, Eric? I wrote this song a really long time ago. I was in basic training down in Fort Polk, Louisiana. They were there too. And they were trying to get us all ready to go to Vietnam, but they sent me to Germany instead to eat Wiener Schnitzel. But there was Fort Polk's kind of an unusual place. They condemned it and closed it down after World War I, and then they reopened it for World War II and condemned it and closed it again, reopened it for Korea, closed it down again, and reopened it for Vietnam. For all I know, it might be open right now. There was this little bitty town, a couple of little towns just outside of Fort Polk, mainly for the soldiers. One of them was called Leesville. We called it Diseaseville. Had a lot of bars and beauty parlors and one stoplight. And there was another town kind of equidistant, but the other direction. And that town was called De Ritter, and that's where all the churches were. This song is about Leesville. Small town, bright lights, Saturday night. Pinballs and pool halls are flashing their lights. Making change behind the counter in a penny arcade sat the fat girl daughter of Virginia and Ray. Lydia. Lydia hid her thoughts like a cat behind her small eyes sunk deep in her fat. She read a romance magazine up in her room and felt just like Sunday on Saturday afternoon. But dreaming just comes natural, like the first breath from a baby, like sunshine feeding daisies, like the love hidden deep in your heart. Bunk beds, shaved heads, Saturday night, a warehouse of strangers with 60 white lights, staring through the ceiling, just wanting to be lay one of too many, a young PFC. Donald. There were spaces between Donald and whatever he said. Strangers had forced him to live in his head. He'd envision the details of romantic scenes after midnight in the stillness of the barracks of the train. But dreaming just comes natural, like the first breath from a baby, like sunshine feeding daisies, like the love hidden deep in your heart. Hot love, cold love, no love at all. A portrait of guilt is hung on the wall. Nothing is wrong and nothing is right. Donald and Lydia made love that night. Love. They made love in the mountains. They made love in the streams. They made love in the valleys. They made love in their dreams. But when they were finished, there was nothing to say, 'cause mostly they'd made love from 10 miles away. But dreaming just comes natural, like the first breath from a baby, like sunshine feeding daisies, like the love hidden deep in your heart. Thank you. Time was once just a clock to me. Life was just a book, a biography. Success was something you just had to be, and I would spend myself unknowingly. And you know that I could have me a million more friends, and all I'd have to lose is my point of view. But I had no idea what a good time would cost till last night when I sat and talked with you. An apple will spoil if it's been abused. A candle disappears when it's been used. A rainbow may follow up a hurricane, and I can't leave forever on the train. But you know that I'd survive if I never spoke again, and all I'd have to lose is my vanity. But I had no idea what a good time would cost till last night when you sat and talked with me. Smile for the lack of something else to do, and no one will laugh and point at you. If your tears didn't always make me feel so bad, would you still cry every time that you felt sad? Well, I thought I'd heard them sing enough to get along, till you said something neither of us knew, and I had no idea what a good time would cost till last night when I sat and talked with you. Thank you. I know I got more guitars than the guy that plays 3 chords ought to have. After the doctors got done fiddling around with my throat, my voice dropped a little bit, and I had all these songs that I wrote years ago way up there, and all of a sudden they dropped down. So you can only put the capo up so high. So I had to put piano strings on the guitar and tune it way down, you know? This guitar just stayed at home for years and years. Somebody gave me this guitar years ago. It was just a kind of a plain-looking average guitar at one time. But I had this buddy used to work on all of our instruments in Nashville. His name was Moses Scribner. I always like to go over and visit Moses. So I took this guitar over there one time, and he got to working on it, and I'd take a 6-pack of beer with me, and we'd kind of talk about anything but guitars all afternoon. And then I'd go see him again next time I was in town. So I did this a couple of times, and I went over one day, and he said, your guitar's done. And I said, well, gee, can't we do something else to it? He said, let's paint it black. So I said, great, let's do it. So we put 17 coats of black lacquer on here. It took several months. I got over there one day, and Moses said, hey, your guitar's ready. He said, you want to do something else to it? I said, well, I don't know what. I said, I was playing in Lexington, Kentucky last weekend, and I was signing some T-shirts and socks and stuff after the show, and I said, this guy gave me a coon dick. You know, I guess it's good luck. I don't know. But I didn't want to throw it away. I kept it in my pocket. And I showed it to Moses, and he says, hey, why don't we put that up here, you know? So we did. I know some of you folks in the back can't see it, but it's up there all right. So when we got that done, he said, you ever think about putting your name on a guitar? And I said, have you ever heard me play? He said, well, you know, if you ever were to put your name on a guitar, he said you could put it between a broken heart and a perpetual heart-on. That was years ago. My heart's not broke anymore. Up in the morning, work like a dog. It's better than sitting like a bump on a log. Mind all your manners, be quiet as a mouse. Someday you'll own a home that's as big as a house. Well, I know a fella, he eats like a horse, knocks his old balls around the old golf course. You ought to see his wife, she's a cute little dish. She smokes like a chimney and drinks like a fish. And there's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl. Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world. Now Elvis had a woman with a head like a rock. I wished I had a woman that made my knees knock. She'd sing like an angel, eat like a bird. And if I wrote a song, she'd know every single word, unlike me. There's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl. Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world. Sounds like a cigar box with rubber bands on it. You can dress these guitars up, but you can't make them play, you know. Kiss a little baby, give the world a smile. And if you take an inch, give them back a mile. 'Cause if you lie like a rug and you don't give a damn, you're never gonna be as happy as a clam. So I'm sitting in a hotel trying to write a song. My head is just as empty as the day is long. Why, it's clear as a bell, I should have gone to school. I'd be wise as an owl instead of stubborn as a mule. And there's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl. Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world. Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world. PBS Radio called me up a couple of months back and asked me to
make a recording of this song so they could play it Memorial Day weekend, and they wanted me to say a few things about it. When I wrote it, so I had to kind of stretch my memory a little bit, you know. It doesn't have to be factual, you know. But I wrote this song when I was a mailman, and there was this big old radio up on the case where we separated the mail and before we took it out on the mail route. And it had a long extension cord on it. And all the mailmen, including myself, somebody would trip over it, eventually and knock it down off of there. So we had black electrician's tape all over the radio. I got to thinking about this broken radio, and I thought I kind of like that, So I wrote this on my mail route. Which I kind of suggest other mailmen do. It's better than killing people, If you're going to go postal with a song, Sam Stone came home to his wife and family after serving in the conflict overseas. And the time that he served has shattered all his nerves and left a little shrapnel in his knee. But the morphine eased the pain, and the grass grew around his brain and gave him all the confidence he'd lacked. With a purple heart and a monkey on his back. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes, and Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone's welcome home didn't last too long. He went to work when he'd spent his last dime. And Sammy took to stealing when he got that empty feeling for $100 habit without overtime. And the gold rolled through his veins like 1,000 railroad trains, and eased his mind in the hours that he chose, while the kids ran around wearing other people's clothes. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes, and Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone was alone when he popped his last balloon, climbing walls while sitting in a chair, where they played his last request while the room smelled just like death, with an overdose of it in the air. But life had lost its fun, and there was nothing to be done but trade his house that he thought on the GI Bill
False flag draped casket on a local hero's hill. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long. Broken radios. Thank you. On Bear Creek, watching the sun go down. Way up on Bear Creek, watching the sun go down. Lord, it makes me feel like I'm on my last go round. With the water up on Bear Creek, it tastes like cherry wine. Yeah, the water up on Bear Creek tastes like cherry wine. One drink of that water, you stay drunk all the time. On Bear Creek, you get like Jesse James. If you stay up on Bear Creek, you get like Jesse James. You take two pistols and rob that Bear Creek train. On some lonesome ridge, I'm going high up on some lonesome ridge. Look down on that creek where my good gal used to live. Up on Bear Creek, watching the sun go down. Way up on Bear Creek, watching walking down the street like a lucky LaRue. I got my hand in my pocket, I'm a thinking about you. I ain't a hurting nobody, I ain't a hurting no one. There's 300 men in the state of Tennessee. They're waiting to die, they won't never be free. I ain't a hurting nobody, I ain't a hurting no one. $6,700,033 lights on. Someone could take the time to sit down, listen to the words of my song. At the beach in Indiana, I was 9 years old. I heard Little Richard singing Tutti Frutti from the top of a telephone pole. I wasn't hurting nobody, I wasn't hurting no one. There's a rooster laying chickens, and chickens laying eggs. Farm machinery's eating people's arms and legs. I ain't a hurting nobody, I ain't a hurting no one. Perfectly crafted popular hit songs never use the wrong rhyme. Think that waitress could get my order right the first time. Sitting on the back steps, just shucking that corn. That gal's been grinning since the day she was born. She ain't a hurting nobody, she ain't a hurting no one. I used to live in Chicago, where the cold wind blows. I delivered more junk mail than the junkyard could hold. I wasn't hurting nobody, I wasn't hurting no one. You could fool some of the people part of the time in a rock and roll song. 50 million Elvis Presley fans, I can't be all wrong. I'm walking down the street like Lucky LaRue. I got my hand in my pocket, baby, I'm thinking about you. I ain't a hurting nobody, I ain't a hurting no one. Hurting nobody, I ain't hurting no one. I ain't hurting nobody. ain't hurting nobody. I want to introduce these fellas here. Over here in the corner, this guy was a whole lot younger when he started working for us, but we fixed that. We've got him reading Modern Maturity now. Over here on mandolin, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and harmonica from Bloomington, Indiana, Jason Wilbur. Back here on a big old upright bass, and the electric bass, usually plays the pornophone, but it was too big for the airplane. One of the best bass players I've ever heard. From Nashville, Tennessee, originally from Worcester, Massachusetts, David Jakes. Last but not least, this fellow just rejoined us night before last. We couldn't afford to get him east of the Mississippi. But now he's back permanently. And this is Mr. Squeeze. Phil Parlapiano on everything on this side of the stage. I'm Doug Prine's brother and Vernon Prine's son. And I still can't tune the guitar. Sally used to play with her hula hoops. Now she tells her problems to therapy groups. Grandpa's on the front lawn staring at a rake, wondering if his marriage was a terrible mistake. I'm sitting on the front steps drinking Orange Crush, wondering if it's possible for me to still blush. Oh yeah. There's a boy on a bike with corduroy slacks. He sleeps in the river by the railroad tracks. Waits for the whistle on the train to scream so he can close his eyes and begin to dream. Oh yeah. From the bells of St. Mary's to the Count of Monte Cristo, I know nothing can stop, nothing can stop, nothing can stop the Sins of Memphisto. On his watch spinning slowly around, with his mind on a bus that goes all over town, looking at the babies in the factories and listening to the music of Mr. Squeeze, as if by magic or remote control find a piece of a puzzle that he missed in his soul. Oh yeah. From the bells of St. Mary's to the Count of Monte Cristo, although nothing can stop, nothing can stop, nothing can stop the Sins of Memphisto. Adam and Eve and a Lucy and Ricky bit the Big Apple and got a little sticky. Esmeralda and the Hunchback of Notre Dame, they humped each other like they had no shame. They paused as they posed for a Polaroid photo. She whispered in his ear, exactly Odo, Quasimodo. From the bells of St. Mary's to the Count of Monte Cristo,
I know nothing can stop, nothing can stop, nothing can stop the sin of Memphisto. Sally used to play with her hula hoops. Now she tells her problems to therapy groups. Oh yeah. Standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Many years ago, along the Illinois-Wisconsin border, there was this Indian tribe. They found two babies in the woods, white babies. One of them was named Elizabeth. She was the fairer of the two, while the smaller and more fragile one was named Marie. Having never seen white girls before, and living on the two lakes known as the Twin Lakes, they named the larger and more beautiful lake, Lake Elizabeth. And thus the smaller lake that was hidden from the highway became known forever as Lake Marie. We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Many years later, I found myself talking to this girl who was standing there with her back turned to Lake Marie. The wind was blowing, especially through her hair. There was 4 Italian sausages cooking on the outdoor grill. And man, they were sizzling. Many years later, we found ourselves up in Canada, trying to save our marriage and perhaps catch a fish. Whatever seemed easier. That night, she fell asleep in my arms, humming the tune to Louie Louie. Oh, baby. We gotta go now. We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters.
were barking as the cars were parking. The loan sharks were sharking and the narcs were narking. Practically everyone was there. In the parking lot by the Forest Preserve. The police have found 2 bodies in the woods. Naked bodies. And their faces have been horribly disfigured by some sharp object. I saw it on the news, on the 6 o'clock news, in a black and white video. You know what blood looks like in a black and white video, don't you? Shadows. Shadows! All the love we shared between her and me, it was slammed. Slammed up against the banks of old Lake Marie. Marie! We were standing by peaceful waters. Standing by peaceful waters. That peaceful water. gotta go now. Jason Wilbur, David Jakes, Phil Parlapiano. I'm John Prine. Thanks a lot for inviting us back to Strawberry. Thank you very much. Apartment in the city, and me and Loretta liked living there. Well, it'd been years since the kids had grown a life of their own and left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha, Joey somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. It don't matter anymore. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Oh, people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello. Talk much more. She sits and stares through the back door screen, and all the news just repeats itself like some forgotten dream. There we both sing. Someday I'm going fall a brooding. Together together at the factory. But what can I say if you ask what's new? Nothing, what's with you? Nothing much to do. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Oh, people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. If you're out walking down the streets in town and spot some hollow ancient ass, well, please don't just pass them by and stare as if you didn't care. Say hello in there. I got a couple of friends going to help me out with this song here. Do you welcome back to the stage Sarah Elizabeth Campbell and Maura O'Connell. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is all the day away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Adria Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all that we killed. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is all the day away. Coal come the cane with the world's largest shovel, where they tortured the timber and they stripped all the land.
They dug for the coal, for the land with a shovel. I wrote it all down and something else happened.
Sing it again.
Daddy, won't you
take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is all today way. Died with my ashes, float down the Green River, and let my soul roll on up into the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is all today way. Mr. Peabody's coal train is a holiday way. Mr. Peabody's coal train is a holiday way. Sarah Elizabeth Gamble and Laurel Collins. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, folks. Thanks, John Prine. Good night. God bless you. Have a great night.